to start with you, Meech, because obviously I just have been watching the BMF documentary. I know you're going to be featured on an episode coming up. So for you, portraying Meech as a character and then knowing your dad, what about the character is different because there is a dramatization of it for you?
I feel like the only thing I can tell you that's different about the way that my dad is from the story that I'm telling is just how I um how I use my anger. Like my dad got mad, but he never really yelled back in the day. Like he never really had to raise his voice or got out of line, you know. So I feel like that's the only thing that's kind of stretched because sometimes I raise my voice when I'm talking to Terry or my brother or whatever. But my dad didn't really raise his voice a lot, but everything else was spot on. I make sure I play him to to exactly how he is. What mind frame he was in at that time. That's what I try to get. I try to ask him, see where he was at, what he was doing at the time, and what he was trying to accomplish. So it works out well.
Amazing. So this season, there's a different business dynamic, both all the way around and between your two characters. So Miles, for you, um, he got a lot going on this season. Mickey, my heart is with him, and he also has some changing roles. So what's his mindset heading into season two?
Um, it's more so yes, he's been given the opportunity, in the position that he's been longing for, as you've been seeing the first season, but it's not the way that he wanted to be given to him. And it was just so accessible to him. So now he has to realize his place in the group, and how long he's going to be placed there. It's more of a survival tactic. You feel what I'm saying? Especially with Detective Bryant holding all of these variables over his head, especially his mother, and his baby, you know what I'm saying, his baby that just, what I'm saying, just passed away, just killed her, you know what I'm saying, my baby Kato. So all those things are going through his head right now, and he's more so, you're going to see a lot of a spiritual side of him, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times talking to himself. You might see him sitting down on the couch cleaning his gun, so it's just him finding his self-worth, and realizing who he is, and how he's going to keep up with, that narrative around being Mickey, trying to make sure Meech doesn't know what's going on with Detective Brian and his storyline, and then also vice versa, making sure that Detective Bryant gets what he wants in the, in the end run, but also my mama, can stay with me, and I keep that brotherhood and loyalty, with my people. So
There's a lot happening, a lot of new people being brought into the mix for all these new business opportunities. I want to know from both of you, can your characters really trust anybody in this situation that's currently happening for them right now?
No, it's sad
nah.
to say you should be able to because we all family. But when things happen and people show you that they'll do something once that's not loyal, they'll do it again. And you have to have your eye open at all times for them to try something else. Because, like I said, they do it once, they do it twice. So I feel like Meech and B Mickie's relationship is kind of on eggshells because Meech doesn't know if B Mickey is always telling him the truth or if she just be lying to him, brushing him off because he hasn't been answering the calls, he hasn't been answering none of the group's texts, he hasn't been pulling up on us, he's just been MIA. So when a person MIA, you don't know what they're doing, and they already gave you signs of disloyalty before, you can't really just assume that they're loyal behind your back, you know. So I feel like Mickey has to prove himself. He knows that, you know.
Miles, do you think it's anybody that Mickey can trust this season?
I mean, I feel like he had that person he could trust, and he killed her. And his only person that in the back end that he can run to is his mother, but he can only talk to her with a, in a limited time frame. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's nobody he can really trust at this point to get him to the place that he wants to get to. Um, See, no, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. It's hard. It's hard because everybody's trying to get to what they want, but there's a way to get it. And it's not a way, and you can never justify it though. That's the bad part. You can never justify it.
But
So, oh, go ahead.
no, I was just agreeing with you said, Miles.
Okay. So, what is both of their relationships like with Terry this season? We know that he's trying some other options as far as business goes, and that obviously affects their business, their relationship with Terry, and their relationship with each other. How are they moving as far as that part of their stories this season?
Well, like I was, oh, go ahead.
I was talking to me. She's talking to you.
You talking to me? Or you talking to me?
I'm talking to you both, but we can start with.
No, I was saying I will. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because Terry really don't like B Mickie, and B Mickie don't really like Terry. More so the reason why is because B Mickie is trying to prove he is up to, what I'm saying, approval of the position that Terry is already given and doesn't even want. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where their relationship lies when it comes to that.
Meech, what about Meech and Terry?
I feel like Meech and Terry are always gonna be together and rock because they brothers. They just go through brotherly stuff. They go through ups and downs. Terry and Meech are very different. They're brothers, but they're not the same at all. They're both smart, but my dad is more of a street guy, more of a gladiator. He's not really afraid, but Terry is somebody that's looking at his future, thinking down the line, thinking a couple of years from now, or thinking a couple of weeks from now, nervous and doesn't want to be all the way in the game because he doesn't know if it's going to actually work out in their favor or not work out for them. So he's just, nervous. But I feel like, he has to come back because he knows that they're dope boys for life. It's in their DNA. He can't just, be legit forever. It's not what he wants to do. But my B Mickie definitely wants to have a spot like the brother, like Terry. He feels like he's good enough to be my right hand man because Terry doesn't even want to be in the game at all. But basically, I'm just trying to get B Mickie to understand that you have to prove your loyalty. You can't just say that you deserve a spot just because you did something for you.
So this season, we're stepping forward in a lot of different ways. And we talked about the new business ventures that we're spreading out to. So new business means new challenges. What do you think at the start of the season, B Mickie and Meech believe their biggest challenges as far as business goes?
How are they going to be consistent? And how, what I'm saying? How consistent can they be? You feel what I'm saying? That's the big thing for me. It's like we moving from Big L, we moving from this person to that. Me understanding as a character that my honcho, my number one in command is trying to be the boss, to be the biggest one. So how are we going to get there? So yeah, I think that's where my head's at from the start of the season.
So we've seen some changes happen for both of your characters as far as romance goes. B Mickie obviously lost his. Meech, he's kind of floating out there. So what do the fans have to look forward to as far as the relationship arcs this season?
I'm gonna give you away or spoil anything, but it's gonna blow you away. It's gonna blow your mind every single one of them. Just surprise. 50 and Randy know how to do it. They know how to surprise the world and grab you by your neck, just force you to just glue yourself to the TV. We have a lot of different things and surprises. I feel like people are gonna love. I can't wait to see the world's reaction.
I feel like certain situations and some scenes that you will watch in this next season is going to have a big part on the relationships through different characters and what was and what wasn't before. So yeah, I mean, not to give too much away or any spoilers, but yeah, you're going to see some bridges built and some bridges burnt. So be looking forward to that.
Okay, last question and wrapping up. one word to describe each of your characters' journey this season.
Man,
Elevation.
ambition.
Ambition.